Every astronaut who sees Earth from space comes back fundamentally changed. Something happens up there that no simulation or training can prepare for. They call it the overview effect, and it changes people forever.
It begins with the launch, strapped into a controlled explosion. 3 million parts working together or failing catastrophically in an instant. The G-forces press you into your seat like a collapsing star. Then, 8.5 minutes later, the engines cull out. Silence, weightlessness. You are no longer chained to the Earth. The first glimpse through the window is always described the same way. Overwhelming, impossible, too beautiful to comprehend at once. The Earth is so much smaller than you imagined from down here. A fragile blue sphere suspended in a black, infinite void. Everything you have ever known exists on that incredibly thin blue ribbon. Every war, every love story, every triumph and tragedy of humanity, all contained in a layer of air and water as thin as a sheet of paper. The borders we see on maps simply do not exist from up here. No lines dividing nations, no walls, no separation at all. Just a continuous surface, a connected ecosystem, a shared home. Astronauts report the same visceral realization hitting them all at once. We are all riders on the same spacecraft, traveling through the cosmos together.
No one is isolated. No nation is truly independent or alone. This is what astronauts mean by the overview effect. A cognitive shift, a transformation in perspective that pierces the soul. But the effect is not entirely peaceful or comforting for everyone. Some describe a profound loneliness, an existential weight crushing the mind. You are separated from everything you know by a deadly vacuum. Only the fabric of your spacesuit between you and instant, silent death. The silence of space is absolute, unlike any silence on Earth. No air to carry sound, no wind, no life, nothing. Astronauts report feeling the fragility of life more than its strength. The Earth looks beautiful, yes, but also unimaginably vulnerable and exposed. A tiny oasis in an infinite, hostile, and unforgiving cosmos. Beyond our atmosphere, the universe does not care if we exist. No divine spotlight shines on humanity's struggles from out here. We are not the center. We are not the purpose. We are not special. Just lucky inhabitants of a rare pocket of warmth and light. Astronaut Edgar Mitchell called it an explosion of awareness, almost overwhelming. Rusty Schweikart described tears forming, impossible to wipe away inside the helmet. They tried to explain what they felt later, but words fail them. How do you describe seeing everything at once to someone who stayed below? The experience separates them from the rest of humanity forever. They have seen what we cannot see. They have felt what we never will. Many describe it as the most spiritual experience of their lives, even those who believed in nothing before the launch. Not a religious experience exactly, but something beyond ordinary awareness.
A direct perception of interconnectedness, unity, and cosmic scale. The realization that the atmosphere is all that protects 8 billion lives. Just nitrogen and oxygen held by gravity between life and the void. Strip away the atmosphere and Earth becomes Mars, dead and frozen. Every breath we take depends on that invisible shell of gas. Astronauts see the Earth breathing, clouds moving like slow circulatory systems, ocean currents cycling nutrients, forests churning out oxygen, a living planet. Not just a rock with life on it, but a living organism in its own right. A superorganism, and we are just cells within its body. This shift in perspective often leads to a profound personal transformation upon return. Some astronauts abandon their careers entirely to become environmental activists. Others turn to art, trying to capture what photographs cannot. Many dedicate their remaining years to promoting global unity and cooperation, because they truly saw, that borders are human inventions, nothing more. The conflicts that dominate the evening news look absurd from this orbital altitude. Petty territorial disputes over imaginary lines on a pale blue dot. The realization hits harder than any intellectual understanding. It is visceral, cellular, a truth felt in the bones. We are not separate from nature. We are nature. We are not observers of the universe, but the universe itself looking back at its own form. Carl Sagan called our planet a mote of dust, suspended, the only home we've ever known, floating in a sunbeam. Every human being who ever lived spent their lives here. Every joy and suffering, every civilization, every war, every discovery, it all happened on this tiny stage, drifting through space. Astronauts return knowing our problems are solvable if we stand together. The resources are there. The planet is generous. We simply waste them. We divide ourselves artificially while sharing a single, fragile, closed ecosystem. There is no away to throw our trash. There is nowhere else to go. This is it, the only habitable world we know to exist.
The nearest potentially habitable exoplanet is light years away. We are not leaving Earth, not in our lifetime, maybe never. This makes the overview effect simultaneously inspiring and terrifying. They see hope in our potential for unity and cooperation, but also despair at seeing how we destroy our only home. They watch hurricanes form and know climate change is an undeniable reality. They see forests burning and oceans choked with plastic. They watch cities sprawl over natural habitats, ecosystems collapsing in real time. The thin blue ribbon of the atmosphere looks more fragile with every passing year. Many astronauts return with a sense of urgency they struggle to communicate. How do you make people care about something they cannot see? The overview effect cannot be replicated in virtual reality simulations. It requires real separation from Earth, real vulnerability, real perspective. Your brain evolved to navigate forests and savannas, not cosmic voids. Seeing the Earth from space crushes normal cognitive processing. Something inside you breaks and rebuilds itself in a fundamentally different configuration. Astronauts speak of feeling simultaneously insignificant and cosmically connected, a paradox that does not resolve but must be held in tension. You are nothing, and you are everything. Both truths coexist. This cognitive dissonance becomes their new permanent baseline awareness. They can never unsee what they witnessed or forget what they felt. Some describe it as a burden, carrying knowledge that others cannot access. Others see it as a gift, a perspective that clarifies priorities.
All agree it is the most profound experience possible for a human being. Seeing the whole Earth at once transcends any experience lived on the ground. No inner journey, no meditation, no achievement compares to this moment. The moment you first see your entire world as an object. Something you can hold in your field of vision all at once. Your concept of here expands to include the entire blue marble. And there, becomes the vast cosmos surrounding your fragile home. This shift in identity from national citizen to planetary being persists. Astronauts report feeling more kinship with Earth itself than any nation. Borders seem like scars we have carved into our own living skin. The atmosphere becomes like blood, keeping the planetary body alive. Harming the environment feels personal, like hurting yourself or a loved one. This is why many astronauts become fierce advocates upon returning home. They have witnessed the patient and now must diagnose the illness. Climate change, resource depletion, mass extinction, all visible from 400 kilometers. No political spin can hide what satellite images clearly reveal daily. The overview effect strips away comfortable denial and manufactured doubt. You cannot look at Earth from orbit and deny we are changing it. The data becomes embodied truth when you witness it with your own eyes. This is why space agencies see an increase in environmental awareness among crews. The overview effect is predictable, documented, and studied by psychologists now. But knowing about it intellectually can never prepare you for experiencing it.
And once you've seen it, you can never see Earth the same.